Hi, and welcome to NFN Coaching. I'm Sean Spencer, and today I would like to tell you about IQ, EQ, AQ, SQ, and HQ, which you may or may not have heard about. IQ is the most common one, of course, out of all these. It's the measure of intelligence, but more to the point, people confuse this and stuff because the IQ is actually a measure of one's ability to solve problems effectively and efficiently. And there are many different ways that this can be tested, and it's a very common test that most people have actually had to undergo during their life. EQ, however, is the emotional quotient, the emotional understanding level, the ability to empower one another, the ability to empathically understand one another, to be able to step in another person's shoes, and to be able to communicate your feelings in a very concise way. So if I'm feeling upset, I'm able to communicate that I'm feeling upset without upsetting the other person. Okay. It's not to spread your emotions around like a water sprinkler. It's to be able to communicate how you feel, why you feel it, or at least pose the question as to I'm feeling this particular way and I'm trying to work out how or why I am feeling this way. These are levels of high understanding of EQ. Low understanding of EQ is when you are just being a reactive, or you know someone that's just being reactive, where someone says something and is an instant pounce or reaction, or in anger and disappointment, those sorts of things. Now, we're allowed to feel those different emotions, and even the best of us can react in a particular way, especially if we haven't felt the emotion for quite a while and it surprises us out of nowhere. But the measured response and the ability to know that you're under control of your emotions are not in control of you, is a very high level understanding of EQ. And it leads into SQ, which is your social quotient. The ability to have a very empowering network of people around you, to be able to walk into a room and become part of that room, become part of that social environment, to increase your net worth through your network, to know that you could turn to someone in that network and say, look, I would like help with that type of project and stuff that we're considering together. What can we do together? And actually have a lively discussion that is all, again, it's like a higher level of problem solving from the IQ, but with other people at the same table, discussing the same idea. And the SQ, you will find that the most empowering types of groups discuss ideas and projects, not people. So if your social group is only discussing other people all the time in a gossipy type of way, then most likely you'll have a very low SQ. If your social group is discussing how to solve this particular problem or how to support this particular person in a more loving and caring way, then you're at the higher end of the SQ quotient. And then you've got AQ. AQ is your ability to handle adversity. All right. When a situation comes along, how do you process failure? How do you process success? Okay. The ability for you to be able to handle adversity will quite often determine the types of roles that you can actually take on, the types of responsibilities that you're actually ready for, and how well you may actually handle those responsibilities when they come to your attention. If you are a very low AQ, or the very low end of the adversity quotient, then you would be quite sheltered. You wouldn't even be able to change a tire. You'd get quite upset quite easily. If it's another one of those very reactive um, type personas that would be at the very low end of the AQ, and that would be matched with low EQ, low SQ, and low IQ. Um, if you're unable to handle adversity, if one thing goes wrong and your entire week is wrecked, and therefore you have to wreck everyone else's week around you by complaining about it, then that would be a very low end AQ, SQ, EQ, IQ, the whole lot. The other one that I mentioned is one that I've recently kind of created and coined myself, is HQ, and that is health quotient. The chances are, if you've got all these other four in high levels of abundance and balance, that you'll most likely have your HQ in quite high levels of abundance and everything. So HQ is what I'd call is health quotient. Are you healthy or becoming healthier? Or are you just eating food straight out of a box? Are you eating processed foods? Are you eating sugars and flours that have been processed and bleached and added to in undefinable ways that you have absolutely no control over? Because I can tell you right now, the highest levels of HQ will come into the ability to know exactly where your food's coming, how it's made, and how to put it together in a healthy combination. And if we can create better health, then we're going to create better emotional understanding. We're going to have better clarity. We're going to have the better ability to problem solve. We're going to be a much calmer personality. We're going to be more loving, more caring. We'll also be able to increase our SQ and our AQ, because we're able to step into problems and know that we can solve them as they come up, and sometimes put preventive measures in place to prevent problems being an extra problem. So to stop the escalation into a larger problem. So I thought I'd just share with you, and it might help clarify a few things out there. And you know, so yeah, bye.